We hold on to so much, to who we used to be, to the plans that didn't happen, to the way life should have gone. But what if freedom doesn't come from fighting the past, but from releasing it? Today, we're exploring the quiet, courageous art of letting go, not to lose yourself, but to find yourself again. Welcome to Inspirability, where real stories meet real strength. I'm Ruby, and in this episode, I want to talk about one of the hardest, most transformative lessons I've learned: letting go of what once defined me. After my accident, I held on so tightly to the person I used to be, the leader, the mother who could do it all, the woman who never ever needed help. But healing demanded something deeply uncomfortable, surrendering the version of me that no longer fit the life I was now living. Letting go didn't happen all at once. It wasn't a single dramatic moment. It came in pieces, in tears, in frustration, in the tiny daily decisions to stop comparing my before to my now. And that I discovered is when the real healing began. At first, I absolutely refused to let go. I truly believed that if I just worked hard enough, pushed through the pain, I could somehow force my way back to the old normal. But the harder I tried, the heavier it all became. It felt like I was dragging a giant suitcase full of memories that no longer served me, and it was exhausting. Every conversation, every old photo, every little reminder of who I used to be, it all whispered the same thing. You've lost something. And the truth is, I had lost a part of my life. But in that loss, I was also gaining something else, a deeper, more grounded version of myself. I started to understand that sometimes holding on isn't strength. It's just fear dressed up as control. And the moment I truly realized that, the moment I allowed myself to accept it, I finally started to breathe again. You see, letting go often feels like a betrayal, doesn't it? It can feel like you're abandoning your past self, the person you worked so hard to become, but it's not betrayal. It's acknowledgement. It's giving yourself permission to grieve the life that was, the abilities you had, the independence you once took for granted, and that grief is real and it is valid. It deserves to be felt, not pushed aside or hidden away. I remember there were days I couldn't even look at my wheelchair without crying. It wasn't because I hated it, but because it was such a stark symbol of everything I'd lost. Yet over time, my perspective began to shift. That symbol changed. It became a part of my story, not my sentence. Grieving was the bridge that led me to acceptance. And acceptance, I learned, is not about giving in, it's about growing forward. When life changes dramatically, control feels like the very first thing to vanish. It slips right through your fingers. But maybe real control was never about managing every single thing that happens to us. Maybe it's about managing how we respond. So I started to shift my focus. I stopped dwelling on what I couldn't change and started pouring my energy into what was within my reach. My mindset, my voice, the daily routines that brought me comfort and stability. Letting go didn't mean I became apathetic or that I stopped caring. It meant I gained clarity. I finally accepted. I can't change what happened, but I can absolutely decide what it means for my future. That single shift from seeing myself as a victim of circumstance to becoming the author of my own meaning that changed everything. There's a strange in-between moment in this process. It is when you've started to let go of your past, but you haven't quite fully embraced your future yet. It's uncomfortable, it's uncertain, and honestly, it can be a little scary, but it's also a sacred space, because that's where reinvention begins. In that space, I started exploring new passions, things I'd never considered before. I began reconnecting with people in a different, more authentic way. I allowed myself to dream again, not of returning to the old me, but of the exciting evolution of who I had become. You don't lose yourself when you let go. You just make room for a truer, more resilient version of yourself to emerge. The real magic of letting go isn't about what you lose, it is about everything you gain. Peace, energy, the mental and emotional space to just breathe. For me, letting go gave me back my joy. It gave me back my laughter. It gave me back my ability to live in the moment instead of being trapped behind it. It's not about pretending the pain or the damage never happened. It's about refusing to let it dictate your future. The damage may exist, yes, but it no longer controls you. So here's your challenge this week. Ask yourself, what are you still holding on to that's holding you back? Sometimes the bravest and most powerful act of healing is simply opening your hand and letting go. Share your reflections in the comments below or tag Inspirability if today's message spoke to you. No matter the challenge you're facing, please remember, you can live fully, you can thrive with support, and you can always keep moving forward with hope. This is Inspirability. Let's rise together, uniquely us.